And this year, I sent him one WhatsApp message. And after that, I received quite a few messages from him saying that, yes, I will be there. And he's here. I love to call him the people's actor. He's our actor out there. When he's performing, I feel that, you know, we are there performing and we are there next to him. So I thank you very much, sir. Can we have a round of applause again? It's okay. They love you.
They love you. I love them too.
Okay. So I thought a normal question answer session would be very boring. For a special man, I thought we'll do a special session. So what I'm going to do is give you some keywords. I'll give you one or two keywords. I
wish I had warned you about this man, you know.
I'll give you keywords. And we are also live on EastMojo.com. So if you're watching,
so I have to basically behave myself.
Yeah, try and send us some questions.
Okay,
also.
I'll behave myself.
Yeah. So you'll get keywords, and then you respond to those keywords, and you explain to the audience.
What I think is that you're assuming that I'm an intelligent man. So you're saying I'll give you a keyword, and then you keep talking after that. No,
the first two.
You're taking a big chance, but go ahead.
The first two keywords. Bechara Boman, Dafar.
Okay. This I know. When I was a kid, I was born posthumously. I was born without a father. And I was very afraid to speak because I had a speech defect. Believe it or not, I had a speech defect, and because of that, I never spoke. And everybody used to feel very sorry for me. They used to call me Bichara Boman because my marks in school were terrible. I had learning disabilities. I was dyslexic, I was dyscalculic, and a whole lot of other kicks. But the truth of the matter is that I was such a nervous child. You know, it's always the neighbor's mom who wants to judge you because she wants her kid to look better than you. So she called me Bichara Boman. And since that day, I used to be called Bichara Boman, and I kept saying, what's wrong with me? Nothing's wrong with me. Something's wrong with you people. Because the moment I kind of came out of my shell after a little while, I haven't shut up since.
Marbles in your mouth.
I went to a speech therapist. My mother was very, very keen that I go to a speech therapist because of my speech defect, I never spoke. I never opened my mouth. And she used to send me, she realized that I am not very academically inclined. I did not understand science or mathematics. Those languages I never understood. Any subject that had a story involved, be it history. History is about stories of people, great people of the past, great and not so great, evil people. Geography, this is the story of the earth. Anything that had to do with a story, I would respond to. But anything else, arithmetic has no stories. Algebra has no stories. I could not. So my mother used to encourage me to go and watch movies, do theater, go and watch movies over and over and over again. I think many people seem to know about this little fact. I had a theater, which was my Cinema Paradiso, which was right across the street. And every morning I'd open the window and they would change the poster. If the reel did not come the night before, they would change the poster and they would put the reel that was available to them. And she used to send me to the movies every day. Every single day, she insisted I go to the movies because she saw that this kid has something where it comes to storytelling, and this kid likes to perform. Even though he didn't like to speak, he liked to perform. And that was my way of coming out of my shell. That was my way of converting my shyness into boldness. The stage, the theater. And I'm so grateful for my mother for encouraging me, not saying, study, study, study. She said, no, we are barking up the wrong tree. And I went to Alexander Cinema every single day. And whatever I know about movies, I learned at Alexander Cinema. So much so that my mother wanted me to see an Alfred Hitchcock film. And I was only 11 years old. She said, go see it. I said, but they're not letting me in. So I thought I'll put some mustache or something. So she wrote a letter to the manager. I have no problem with my son going and watching this movie. Can you imagine? Everybody used to say, are you crazy? You're crazy. You should encourage him. Tell him to study. She used to tell them, he is studying. That was my education.
Okay, talking about movies, you watched it 42 times and you were 9 years old.
Yes.
And what did the gate man tell you?
He said, तेरे को समझ में नहीं आता क्या करता है पिक्चर में जाओ बाबा तेरे को कुछ क्या समझ में आता तेरे को The movie was called Funny Girl, but it was not a funny movie. You remember Barbra Streisand's Funny Girl? Okay, so I used to go and watch that movie at the Strand Cinema. And the doorman, the usher, he would look at the ticket and then he would look at me and then say, "Arey, tu wapas aa gaya? Tu kal bhi aaya, aaj bhi aaya." My mom said, "Go and watch Funny Girl. It's such a great performance. It's Barbra Streisand's debut film, directed by William Wyler, produced by Ray Stark. Jack Cardiff photographed it. Omar Sharif and Walter Pidgeon were great characters in that film." And to watch Funny Girl, the thing that struck me most was when the first image of the film, a pair of very expensive shoes, leopard skin kind of shoes. So she was a star, and she walks. You can only see her feet. Feet go all the way up to the New Amsterdam Theatre in New York, and the public going into the theatre. But she walks in a small lane and goes from what is known as the stage door and the artist's entrance. And I said, I like that. I don't go in from the main entrance. I'll go in from the artist's entrance. And it's always been a thing with me to be a person who comes in from here, because I like to perform. It overcame all my shyness as a child, and that was my real big victory. The day I took the stage in school, and suddenly my voice rang out. This is what the theater does to you. This is what the stage does to you. It makes you feel, if not stronger, because stronger may be a bad word. That'll be a nice photograph, trust me. So let me give him profile.
Take the picture again, yeah? We are posing.
Lena. Strong may be an art word, but the word is liberating. Standing on stage.
Can we pose again?
Pose again. So, अरे लेना भाई photo लेना है.
He's ready.
He's ready.
Yeah.
So एक और ले. So basically, it is intensity. Your performance is not very good for the camera.
Okay, let me try.
Because he doesn't act, he tells the truth. Oh, you're a journalist. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
I so knew that was coming. Shall I go on?
Please. He didn't like it anyway.
I loved it.
I love you too.
I love you. From bottom to rendezvous.
Right. When I was about, I couldn't get into any college. So I decided to work. So I became a waiter. It was the simplest thing to do. I went and told my granny, don't tell mom and dad. No dad. There was no dad. What am I saying? I'm thinking of becoming a waiter. She said, great. Be the best damn waiter or don't even try. And that made so much sense to me. It doesn't matter what you do. It only, to me at that point of time as a little young fella, it matters how well you do it. So I went to Taj Mahal Hotel. My thing is, go for the best. Correct? That's why I'm here, guys. Brahmaputra Film Festival. Go, and if not, I'll tell you something. It's got to do with people at the end of the day. Believe me, most places I go to, I say, do you know anybody from that group? Of course, I know Karma, and he said, use the word love. He said they love you very much. It just made me feel good. But most places that I go to, it is about someone showing love. And I just land up. There is no big deal. Where was I? Right. Go for the best. Go for the best people. I think it's very important to react to good people. Do not ignore good people, no matter how big or small they are, whether they can get you a job or not. Do not run after the people who you think will further your career. Go after people who can further your soul. I'm saying this, it sounds like a bumper sticker, but I truly believe that. The people who could have furthered my career, I have no interest in them, because sometimes they're not really interested in you. They will think that they're doing you a favor. That's not good enough. Anyway, I joined the Taj Mahal Hotel as a waiter, and there was a Parsi manager. Do people in Assam know who a Parsi is? No, anybody doesn't know who a Parsi is? Put up your hand, please. I'm very offended. You don't know who a Parsi is? You don't know? I got it. Okay, you're young, so you're forgiven. The Parsi community, can I take a little?
Yeah.
Is the smallest community in the world. There are only 67,000 Parsis left on this planet. And I'm one of them. And my wife, of course.
And your children.
But it's a good evening, so we'll talk about something else. Joke. No. It's live. Zinobi, I love you, darling. I love you. So the Parsi community, Ratan Tata is a Parsi. So Field Marshal Sam Manekshaw is a Parsi. Homi Bhabha is a Parsi. Freddie Mercury of Queen is a Parsi. By the way, guys, Freddie Mercury, Shamak Davar, Parsi. All right? Many people in the army, in the, you name it, industry, the Wadiyas, Parsis. And it's a dying community. It's so sad. So, we come from Iran. We come from Iran, and the elders of the community come and tell me, Boman, kuch karo. Mai kya karu, bhai? What can I do with numbers anymore? I didn't know arithmetic, and I don't know how to tell the community to reproduce and make more children. I can't do that. That's not my job. This is not, this censored nothing. Aisa kuch nahi hai na? No, what do I do? What do I go and tell youngsters in the community how to increase the tribe? I can't go on the honeymoon and supervise, you know what I mean? So, this is a great crowd, I tell you. This is a great crowd. It was worth it, man. So the thing is, you know, talking about Kaziranga and the rhino and it's going extinct, and I said, forget about the rhino, yeah, worry about the Parsi instead. So the Taj was one of the finest hotels in India, the Taj Palace in Mumbai, which got attacked. I wanted to join as a waiter in the Rendezvous restaurant, which was on the top floor, a French restaurant. And that was aspirational, right? So when I said, I asked him, so no, he asked me, the Sam Bhada, Parsi guy. So which department? Parsis are khadu, sir. So I maybe style lagaya. Food and beverage. Food and beverage. Idiot, the whole hotel business is about food and beverage. Which department? So I said, the Rendezvous. Style mein bola French mein, the Rendezvous. It's spelled also, you know, with a Z and all that. So he says, yeah, very good. You want to start on top? I said, yes, sir. He's saying, idiot, go to the basement. And he sent me to the basement. That's where the room service is. And he made me work in room service. And that day I realized these are all lessons that I've learned from these wonderful teachers. And today I think they're more like my fathers in many ways. Had they not given me that lesson, I would think that, you know, there's an easy way out for everything. So he sent me to room service and worked in room service and collected tips. And I think it helped me as an actor also.
And you could speak French. You finally...
I should talk out the whole menu in French. The rendezvous des filles, de crème, de basilic, pistil des enfants. It's very good choice. तब भी acting करता था मैं. Yeah, ऐसा. But then I kind of had to let go. Yes, darling, don't worry, take it easy. Don't worry. You're Parsi, baby? No? Not Parsi? Sure, because we can use some, huh? We're running, numbers are going low. Any baby Parsi, you know?
He looked at my questions.
No, I didn't.
Of course you did. Okay. 10 feet by, I know you're horrible at maths, but I'm
very bad at maths.
10 feet by 4.5 feet.
Okay, we had a little shop. These journalists are damn dangerous. We had a little shop. My grandfather started a shop when he came from Iran. It's called Golden Wafers. And we used to fry potato chips and sell them garma garam. And when my father died, my mom ran it. And my mom met with an accident, she called me, and I ran that place for 14 years after the Taj Mahal Hotel experience. And I was sitting over there and wondering what's going to happen to my life if I'm going to be stuck here for the rest of my life selling chips. I was very proud. I needed to do something creative. And that's where I decided to buy a camera from the tips I made at the Taj and start some kind of amateur photography, and I went on to become a professional photographer. And it was at the shop that I started making, I have a notebook of all the customers that walked in, how they came in, how they walked, every character. I can say this really proudly. I've not been to drama school, but I can proudly say that whatever I learned about acting was, yes, of course, reading, all the greats, Stella Adler, Stanislavski, you name it, I've read most of it. Didn't understand too much. Maybe now I do a little. But I observed human behavior. Every customer that walked into the shop, I would look into his face, see his mood, try and understand what he's feeling at that point of time, and make notes, and make notes, and make notes. I would observe people and see how much information they gave me about their characters just by the way they took out their wallet. You open a wallet, you display it to me, they're a show-off. You want me to see that it's lined with a lot of money. If you do this, you're a very suspicious type of person. You open the wallet and you don't know where the money is, you're a disorganized person. If it's very much you're not. So little things that give you information and insights into a human being. I used to make notes about them. What do I know about this person? And then I used to observe and start striking up conversations with the customers. What kind of mood they are in at that point of time. So if I see if there's a certain scowl, you can't wear a scowl in front of the camera. It has to come from days. He's upset about something. And then you crack a joke and he'll smile and then he'll say, you okay, you want a glass of water? Yeah, so you judging and you're getting information about people just by the way they walk, the way they are presenting themselves. So I used to write reams and reams of stuff about human behavior and nature and psychology just by sitting at a wafer shop. I'm very, very proud of that. That's my education.
So you probably could have made a good raw agent, intelligence officer, yeah?
Maybe not.
Okay, the other one. When you have little, you suck out as much as you can.
Right.
You remember where you said this?
No, but I can identify with it. He's damn dangerous, this guy. See, the thing is, what you're saying, I think everybody identifies with over here. If I'm a photographer, for example, and you give me a case full of lenses, I don't know if I said it in that but I'm making.
There's an incident.
There's an incident.
There's a cup.
There's a cup.
Yeah.
Let me tell you this observation. ऐसा नहीं है कि same वाला बोलते जाने का. You can say different stuff also. But imagine you're a photographer and your father gives you with a kit of all the fanciest lenses in the world. You haven't earned them. They're lying there. There's a 80 to 200. There's a 400. There's a wide. There's an ultra wide. There is a prime and a fisheye. What do you know about those lenses? Nothing. But you start with the prime and you suck it dry till you feel, I wish I had a medium telly. You know what I'm saying? That what happens then is that you'll know what that telly is worth. And you'll know what that wide, what that prime can do. That basic normal lens. How could you use it to the best possible ability of that lens? You will suck it dry. You'll go to the 85 and they'll say, man, this 85 is now, I know why I missed it. They'll say, no, I want a 120, I want an 80. You grow, and then you buy it yourself. You buy it yourself, which means that you identify with it, you'll value it, and you'll learn the most out of it. This is my answer to that question, but obviously he's coming from somewhere else.
This is when he
went to the office.
Yeah, when he went to the office to meet another Kharus Parsi. He was very Kharus, and he wanted to be the official photographer for the World Boxing Championship in Mumbai.
Right.
And that Kharus Parsi gave you an opportunity finally.
Finally.
And it was a wonderful opportunity.
So I wanted to go for the best always, right? I use this very bumper sticker line. You reach for the stars, you land on the treetops, you know. So the World Cup of boxing was coming to India, to Mumbai, and there was this Parsi guy who was running the show. I went and said, I'd like to be the official photographer of this World Cup. And he said, oh, you know, a rude guy. So I came back and said, I'll volunteer. I'll do whatever you want me to do. Just give me a badge. Just give me a badge saying then I'll sell pictures. And he said something like what the other Parsi guy said. He says, okay, I'll think about it. But have you ever taken a photograph of a boxing match? I said, no, but I've got, no. You may have motorcycling, you can have cricket, you can have you taken a photograph of a boxing match? I said, no, sir. He says, then you have some cheek to walk into my office and tell me you want to be the official photographer of the World Cup. I see his point, right? So I went and took pictures of some boxing. It was the worst boxing in the world. Thin guys and knobbly knees. I said, how will I take good world-class pictures if the boxing itself is bad? It's like saying, I can't sing well because the sound system is not good. Probably true, but you've got to earn your stripes to get a good sound system. Stand here without a mic, sing, win people's hearts, and they'll give you a sound system.
I'll make you sing later.
Arey mar gaya.
We have the music ready, na?
अरे बाप रे बाप रे
तो और है ना
जितना पैसा दिया उतना में नाचेगा भाई
वो तो आपको कैलकुलेशन नहीं आता आपको तो कैलकुलेशन ही नहीं आता तो फिर कैसे वो हिसाब ही नहीं होगा ना another
just to finish that story I took pictures and I came so I said no I got to make the best of this bad boxing the best possible pictures that you could take in bad boxing and make it look good I took pictures for 1 week I went back to that Khadus Parsi and I showed him the pictures. He took my photographs, put them in the drawer, and tadak, he just shut the drawer. I said, no, rude guy, man. And he took out an envelope and he gave me an envelope, opened it, and it read, you have been appointed official photographer of the World Cup, it said. I said, you haven't seen the pictures. He says, I don't have to. And why did you give me the job? He says, no, you have fire. That's all I wanted to see.
And I was also moved by a wonderful story. This is also around the World Cup, you know, when a magazine, I think from Norway, reached out to him and they wanted pictures. So he sent them 3 pictures. He didn't know what rate. So he went to a senior photographer who said, maybe you'll get $100 for 1 picture. And he was so excited, $100, a lot of money then. And then he sent 3 pictures and then he called them up. And they said, yeah, we are going to send you $900 for 3 pictures. That was like $300 per photograph.
I thought I was going to get $300 for the 3 pictures. So he tells me over the phone, okay, so he'll pay you $300. I said, great, $100 a picture. Lovely. But he sent me $900, $300 per picture.
And every time those pictures got printed, they sent him more money. So that's, I guess, a lesson in ethics, in following business ethics, and in following ethics in whatever you do. Be true to the person, you know, that you are dealing with. That was my take from that conversation that you had, and it's a wonderful one. Now I'm going to another keyword. Can I?
Yeah.
Pimp.
Sorry?
Pimp.
So what is? I can't do this conversation. What nonsense is this? He just called me a pimp and he's doing like. I heard bib first. I heard bib, but you
cycling shorts. Bib. Yeah.
Yeah. My first role that I ever got as a professional actor, and professional, the moment you get money, you're a professional actor. It was 200 rupees. By the late Alec Padamsi. Shamak Dawat took me there. And Shamak said, let's go audition. I said, I don't want to be an actor. He says, don't lie. Stop lying to me. And he took me to Alec Padamsi and got my first job. And the first role that I ever got was that of a pimp. I can get a bigger cheer for that. Come on, man. Don't make me feel that. It was a long-running play. It ran for 3.5 hours, but it flopped in 9 shows. But it was, but long lens, निकाल जल्दी. आगे ला. मेरा tummy को जरा. Profile? So, you, ma'am. Yeah. And my mom, Parsi mom, right? Oh, very proud. I think even Assamese moms are proud, I think. Very proud, huh? All proud. All moms are proud.
Uncomfortably proud.
Yeah, not all. Trust me. Trust me. He'll feel bad. So she used to go out in the interval and ask all the other Parsi ladies, how was my son? Good? They said, who is your son? Hare, the pimp. He's my son.
You brought mom into the picture. So, sparkle.
All right. When I was a kid, my mom, every time I went to perform, never for the exam. I used to, how do you do it? But when I used to go to perform, she used to be very nervous, you know. And she used to always say, son, yes, mom, sparkle. This morning she said it. Every day. I'm not going to tell you my age, but I'm a grandfather now, okay? Tell them my age. What the hell, man? I'll be 60 next year. No big deal. Even today, every time I leave the house to go to face an audience, she'll always say, sparkle. Sparkle. And I think the lesson that I learned from it is not just about moms and sons. It's about encouragement. People who work for you. People who you feel aren't really great, but they need to be encouraged. People who work in your organization, people who are going to do the same thing over and over again, but you need to encourage people. I like encouragement, and I think mom has given me that habit to say that, sparkle, sparkle, sparkle. It's very, she'll take an account of what happened today. When I go back tomorrow, she'll want to know, who was here, sir? So proud to be here. Who was here? Who did the how many people were here? Did they laugh? Very important. They laughed? Yeah? Ah, dang.
So you need to sparkle now. We have two options. Saif is ready. Where is Rohit?
Who's Rohit?
Rohit?
Rohit! Come on, Rohit. Come on, man, Rohit. What the hell, man? Come all the way from Bombay.
So two options.
Oh, man.
एक तो guitar है. Other than that, there's karaoke music ready. So you either point to Saif or to Rohit, whoever's ready.
With Saif Ali Khan over there, yeah?
Yeah. Saif Khan.
Saif Khan? Kidhar hai Saif? What song have you got loaded out there? Haji?
Cliff Richard.
Cliff Richard.
Lucky Lips.
Lucky Lips, no. Mohan? Mohan kidhar hai?
Which song?
You got My Way up there? My track, My Way?
My Way. Frank Sinatra. I did it my way.
I'll do the singing, okay? Pulling your leg, man, Karma. Don't take me so seriously, yeah.
No, otherwise guitar is also ready.
I'm joking. See, this is what, no, journalists lost the sense of humor only. That's
You can try.
yeah?
Yeah. Rohit, hold the mic.
I'll need a step.
They'll sing with you, na?
This... But your live feed will go.
That's all right.
Get me a stand, no? Get me a stand.
Oh, you want to stand?
How will I play the guitar?
Sit and play.
Okay, who'll hold the mic?
I'll hold the mic.
So I can't insult you like that. You're a great guy, man. Hey, listen, I want to say this. I'll tell you this. Please don't feel offended, people of Assam and people of the Brahmaputra Film Festival. Tanu, don't feel offended. But I swear to God, I'm here because of this guy. Really. I really am. There is something so beautiful on his face. There's something so warm and there's something so true. And when he says something, you want to believe it. But I'm really, Karma, I really, really love and respect you, and I'm so glad that I took up your offer. And thank you for inviting me. Thank you so much.
I'm married, sir.
Let me do the singing and let me do the jokes too, okay?
Sit. We'll try this.
पकड़ेगा?
पकड़ेगा?
करेगा? बैठ के करूं?
हाँ.
दोनों माइक पकड़ो. थोड़ा वॉल्यूम बढ़ाओ ना माइक का.
रॉक म्यूजिक थोड़ी है सर.
प्लेक्ट्रम देना, प्लेक्ट्रम.
प्लेक्ट्रम है.
He is opening a gate to one.
अब बैठ जाओ.
बैठ जाओ. Mohan, you got a plectrum? Mohan, that's Mohan. Say hi to Mohan. He feels very, very.
Hi, Mohan.
Mohan, ruk ja. My wife is very jealous of him. Because she's got 2 passports over the years. He's got 4.
Rohit.
No, one on the mouth.
Yeah, one on the
Mohan, idhar aana. Rohit, come here, no,
yes,
darling.
yes, sir.
He can't. He's crossing his hands and whatever. Which is this sounds better?
Yeah.
Yeah. Assamese people love folk music, right? Clap away, man.
क्या पहले था तो क्यों नहीं
The
लाया?
burger is over. He's bringing the tomato ketchup.
It happens all the time.
Yeah, I know.
Here with chili sauce, huh? Not tomato ketchup.
What did he say? Man, you got a good shot? You got a good shot. You got a good shot? You got to sing along with me, okay? Is sounding okay there? सारी उम्र मर मर के जिए एक पल तो हमें जीने दो सारी उम्र मर मर के जिए एक पल तो हमें जीने दो ला 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 ला
La 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 la.
Give me some sunshine, give me some rain, give me another chance. I want to grow up once again. Give me some sunshine, give me some rain, give me another chance. Want to grow up once again. बचपन तो गया जवानी भी गई एक पल तो अब हमें जीने दो once again now बचपन तो गया जवानी भी गई एक पल तो अब हमें जीने दो ना 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 La 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 la. Give me some sunshine.
Give me some rain. Give me another up once again.
One more time. Give me
some sunshine.
Louder.
Give me some rain. Give me another chance.
I want to grow up once again.
गाना गाया असल मजा आ गया.
Sorry boss, बहुत no. Can we stand now?
Why?
My back is hurting a little.
Okay, we'll stand now. Okay, we'll stand and we'll take your questions now.
And I know being a horror professional that you are, you would go ahead with it, try and respect the director's vision, but some part of it, when it's not completely convinced with that interpretation of it, how do you, as a person, as an actor, handle that?
I think it's a great question. I think it's a great question. I'll tell you something. Everyone has interpretations, but eventually the director is the champion. He's the captain, he's the everything, and you got to respect his space, first of all. But let's respect his space on the shop floor. Okay, we have to make ourselves heard in the privacy of a rehearsal room. And I do lots and lots of rehearsals. I sit with Raju, many directors, say, come over, let's spitball, let's talk about it. Let's try and see how this scene could be played, not how the audience expects it to be played. The moment you do something that, you know where the scene is going, you know where the emotion is going, you know what his intention in the scene is, I lose interest. My whole endeavor in putting something on screen has to be different from what everybody expects. And that's what makes the character different, makes the actor different, and the storytelling different. If the scene is where I'm supposed to cry, and I cry, people will say, oh, it's sad, he cried. But if I don't cry, and I don't cry, and I don't cry, people are looking into my eyes, and he's supposed to cry, and he's holding, so I'm taking you into a journey into my internals, because you're watching for me. So I want to do it differently. The director will say, Rega yaar, Rona yaar, ek listen now. I'm not interested. And sometimes you gotta, less is more, you gotta hold, and you gotta. So when I eventually cry, say in the Three Idiots, you say, that big beast is finally crying. And then you feel bad for him. Even though he's a moron, you want to feel for him. So my whole trip in life is, let's not play it how it's expected. Let's play it where the audience is, isn't he supposed to cry? Or isn't he supposed to crack this joke? No. Sometimes you just gotta say it with a straight face, and it cuts you. Say, did he say that? You're engaged. So I try very hard to sort all these things out in the rehearsal process. Convince the director. If he's not convinced, either you don't do the movie, and then if you do the movie on the shop floor, the studio floor, his word is, and you do it with conviction. You do it because that's his vision at the end of the day. But actors, I'll tell you a great little story. Time hai na? Time hai na? Yes! Steven Spielberg made a film called Catch Me If You Can. Right? And Christopher Walken is sitting and talking to his son how he proposed and, they're seeing, look at my eye, man, they're looking into my eye. So he's saying, we're telling his son how he went into a bar and all the sailors were there, but your mom walked out with me. You remember the scene? Yes. So Steven Spielberg shot the scene, and he says, I came in there and there were all the sailors looking at your mom. I went up to her, I just held her hand, I danced with her, and I walked out with her, and they all were staring at me. And then Christopher Walken says, can I do it again? He says, I want to do one more take. He says, sure, but it's perfect. It was perfect. He says, I want to do one more take. And he did the whole scene. And he's telling his son this moment of triumph when he won the heart of his wife. And he started crying. And he cried and said, I held her hand and she left the room. And he choked up. And everybody's saying, why is he crying? And you know why he said, why I'm crying? He says, because if I didn't marry her, I would not have ruined her life. He brought dimension into it. What you were expecting, a moment of triumph, he made it into a moment of tragedy. There will be 999 ways of telling or interpreting something. But you can always ask for another take. But the captain is the captain.
Thank you so much.
Okay, but you don't know Farsi. Just this is
that unit.
So.
Yeah. Go for it, son. Go for it. So next second.
Hello, sir. I'm from IIT. We had a course of HSS.
You said IIT and HSS. I didn't understand a word you said so far.
I said I studied IIT Guwahati. We have an HSS course. It's called Humanities course. So in that course, they teach us drama and theatre.
Right.
And so as an assignment, we had to perform a Shakespearean monologue.
Right.
And I picked Macbeth.
Absolutely.
And during that, what happened ki I read a lot of method acting classes like Joseph Grodowski and something. So that led me to method acting perspective. And my teacher was livid when I went too far and injured myself vigorously.
Injured yourself?
Yeah. So I just want to ask you, what is your take on method acting? Like, is going too far in character, is it a bad thing? Or that great actors can just like take a split second and change it to character as well?
I think it's a very confusing thing what you just said. Method acting is a used word that has been used actually very incorrectly by lots and lots of people. Stanislavski was the man who invented this, and what he tells you to do, that's method acting. Everything else that you do is your method. You do a method that suits you. So don't say, I'm doing method acting. We don't know the half of it. We don't know the half of it. Stella Adler, I think, when I met Stanislavski, she didn't understand it. She was one of the greatest teachers that ever lived. She didn't understand half of it. The point is, what suits you, suits you. Marlon Brando came from that stream of people. And I'll tell you a little story about Marlon Brando, just as I said. Marlon Brando was called to play Mark Antony, Shakespeare again, in Julius Caesar. And all the great British actors were there, from Laurence Olivier to John Gielgud, and you name it. Frank Finlay, they were all in that film, and they were all speaking like that. So Marlon Brando is this brash young guy who spoke like that, with a drawl. He's from Wisconsin, okay? He goes to Sir John Gielgud and says, teach me. And John Gielgud taught him for days how to do Shakespeare. That's the method for Shakespeare. And he learned like a good student. But when he went and did Friends, Romans, Countrymen, a great celeb, he didn't use a thing that Sir John Gielgud taught. He said because everybody's seen it before. That's his method. So he started doing Friends, Romans, and Countrymen. And he started Friends, Romans, Countrymen. He's singing like a mafia boss. But people are engaged. So my point is, method acting is a term that is very loosely used. Whatever works for you, buddy.
And so one last question. If you have 4 minutes and 37 seconds after the show, I would like to show you my monitor.
4 minutes, 37 seconds.
Okay. One question is here.
Somebody's giving the mic.
Yeah.
Quick question, sir.
Yeah.
नमस्ते
आप रिकॉर्डिंग कर रहे हैं करो मैं फ्रेम में आ गया
थैंक यू
वेलकम सर
मेरा नाम
जी
मैं कमर्शियल आर्टिस्ट
जी
मैं आपसे ये बोलना चाहता हूँ इंटीग्रिटी का ऊपर हम लोग का असम और महाराष्ट्र का जो पिक्चर है वो होना चाहिए हम लोग भी कोशिश कर रहे हैं तो हम वहाँ पे पढ़ाई किया था बॉम्बे दिल्ली इंस्टीट्यूट में तो आज जब न्यूज मिला है तो आपका जो फिजिक है वो देख के मेरे को एक बात याद आ गया हम लोग का आर्किटेक्ट मॉडर्न असम जो उसका जो आरपी बोलवा जी है वो बहुत अच्छा फिट करेगा आपका ऊपर तो मैं ये रिक्वेस्ट करना चाहता हूँ आप एक बायोपिक बनाए असम और महाराष्ट्र का ऊपर मतलब बॉम्बे का ऊपर उसमें आप आरपी बोलवा जी का रोल कीजिए मैं वही चाहता हूँ इसलिए आपके साथ एक पुराना एडिशन का एक बुक आरपी बोलवा जी का एक बुक लाया हो आपके ऐसा तो इंटीग्रेशन तो बहुत होता है और आरपी बोलवा ऐसा आदमी है जिसका घर में आके लता मंगेशकर जी और बॉम्बे का बहुत आर्टिस्ट रहता था जी तो मेरा दिमाग में वो ये आया इसलिए मैं यही बनना चाहता हूँ। Thank you.
Thank you. That's a very nice thing to say.
मैं आपको
Thank you.
Next question.
Yeah, sir, in the tie. So nice of you to wear a tie.
Okay, last few questions.
And one, Athena, we told her, we promised. Man of my word.
Actually, sir, this is my college uniform. I'm from Royal Global University, Guwahati.
Tell me your name, my
My
friend.
name is Arvind Rajkumar, sir. I'm from Imphal.
Nice to meet you, sir.
My question is like we all are a very big fan of yours over here, and we know you are a very good actor. And I just want to know that if you plan on directing films in the near future, like if you're planning to
Something.
Yeah, something.
Okay. You see it as a natural progression that I should be directing a film. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
You feel it as a progression. Yeah. I took that same understanding that, I've done X amount of films, I've done so much of theatre, I've done it. Now it's time for me to direct a film. Write a film at least. Okay. You know how wrong I am going to think like that. Just as the Parsi guy said, go to the basement. SP Rijana said, have you ever shot a boxing match? I learned from that experience. Just because I've acted in 85 films doesn't mean I'm ready to write a film and direct a film. You've got to start from zero. So the point I'm making is that I wrote a draft, and I read it one night when it was ready. And I stood up, and I patted myself on the back, and I gave myself a triple Oscar. And I woke up in the morning and I started crying. Because the worst thing I did was that everything was there. There was emotion, there were beautiful scenes, there were great moments. I cried. But there was no basement. There was no study. There was no understanding. I was just emptying my heart out on a piece of paper. And it works very well to read. Putting it on a screen, you've got to understand the basics. So I started reading all over again like I did when I was at the wafer shop. I read and I read and I read and I read and I tried to understand, and you know what. And finally, once I was in America, I befriended a writer. And I said, teach me. And when he said, teach me, and I'm not saying this proudly, I think you figure out that I just joke most of the time. I was talking to him, I said, teach me how to write. And a bunch of students from NYU came and they took autographs. And they would click selfies and photographs. And they went away. And I turned to him and said, teach me. He says, you're not ready. He says, no, you're corrupted because you've become a celebrity. Which celebrity learns? I said, I will. I did this. I will. Teach me. And for the last 6 years, I go to America 4 times a year. And I sit like a student when he does his workshops, when he does his has his writer's room, and one-on-ones. And I've learned and learned and learned. And I still feel I'm not ready after 6 years, but I do have a draft that can be shot tomorrow. Tomorrow. I'm going again in January just to make sure have I learned correctly. Never has. So I will make a film.
Yes, sir.
I will make a film someday, and I remember this question. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Hi, Boman.
We have a special award after this, so we want to respect sir.
Yeah.
He's here. I don't want to keep him waiting. So last, maybe one question.
Will you be coming here in future? Not because of him, but because of the audience.
For him, of course.
No.
She's jealous.
No,
You
yeah,
say you're jealous. How
very
can you?
jealous. No, because of us, the audience.
Yes, absolutely right.
Yes.
I'll tell you something. I go to many places, and there are times. I'll tell you, I understand an audience, and I understand how evolved an audience and a crowd is by the way they understand a joke that was said flat. You say a joke flat, and people laugh. They evolve. And this is one of the most evolved group of people that I have worked with.
Hi, Boman Irani.
Hi,
I want to quote you and ask you a question. You said, if you lock yourself in a room and say, I'm going to learn how to act, you have missed out on the biggest ingredient of all. I want to ask what the ingredient is and how you prepare for roles as diversified as possible.
Real people, don't lose touch with real people. You cannot learn how to act in a closed room. I know how to cry, and the method acting, and the anger, and the fury. No, all that is technique. Characters come from real people. And the moment you become a celebrity, you lose touch with it because you get into your goddamn ivory tower, you roll up your window, and you lose touch with the people who actually talk to you what true human beings are all about, how they feel, how they react. So for me, connective, that's why I keep coming closer and closer. And I think it's very important. You cannot learn how to act if you, are not a good person. I think it's very important to want to be a good person. Then you can understand evil better if you're playing evil. You cannot be a good actor if you do not. If I'm playing a school teacher, for example, I can't do research into a school teacher. I've got to speak to 20 school teachers, hang with them, understand what their pain is all about. And then I'll understand acting. Not right from the book, method acting, all that is, it's right.
Could you explain the difference in preparing Lucky and Khosla? How did you prepare for the two roles?
Oh, so, with a special award. But that's a good question. Something we do.
Now,
yes, my dear. Yes, sir. Haji, thank you very much. You're not supposed to clap over here. Thank you. Yes, sir. Don't worry, I will keep it with respect. Thank you so much. Yes, my dear.
So we've completely run out of time. I think
Sir, एक क्वेश्चन पूछना चाहती हूँ. Please.
Given us more time.
Sir, please. Sir.
We don't need to disrespect.
I'm enjoying this, sir.
Thank you so much.
Sir, my name is Rikshika. और सर सभी के जीवन में ये कोई ना कोई एक आइडल होता है. आपके जीवन का आइडल कौन है?
Bajraj Sahani. Thank you so much.
I'd like to Athena.
No. Yeah.
Good evening, sir.
Quickly.
Yeah, I'm Ayushman, and it's great to have you here.
Thank you, sir.
So, two of your most favorite characters, I love and adore, one being Dr. Astana, and the other being Dr. Viru Sahasrabudhe. I'm sure everyone in the audience will agree. Most memorable characters which Sir played. My question, I feel both these characters, totally opposite to one another.
They are the same.
Yeah, but at first they are the same. You agree with that, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, if given a chance, which character would you love to play again?
Maybe Astana.
Thank you so much.
Maybe Astana. Athena, last question. Battery is finished. Yeah. Athena, because man of my word, that's why. Athena.
Thank you, sir. Sir, do you think formal training is required as part of your film? Like in the different sports media, FTI and FRFTI, you have like 12 feet. So do you think it's required formal training?
See, it's horses for courses, I say, but I think any formal training is good. And then you forget about everything and then apply your life's experiences in whatever you do.
But sir, there are only 12 seats, so whole India runs meter.
You can be one of them. What stops you? Yeah, who's next one?
Well, we've completely run out of time. From all of us, I'd like all of us to together say thank you. I don't want it to be just me, because he's a people's actor, right? So I'll come, speak, and we'll all say thank you to him. Loudest possible, please. 1, 2, 3.